Hello, welcome to the stocks and shares report analysis. Alright, so today we are going to be looking at the stocks and shares report as of Monday 20th May 2024, as you can see right here. Okay, so today is Tuesday actually, so we are looking at the report of yesterday. As you can see from the top of my screen, this is May 21st 2024. Alright, by the way, my name is Lucky Johnson, in case you are meeting me for the first time. Alright, so this is the investor mailing list. Alright, as you can see, this was the email of yesterday. I'm yet to open it, and that is what we're about to check right now. So let's look at it right here. Okay, so like I said before, we are focusing on three key things: top traders, gainers, and losers. Alright, so top traders actually refers to the companies that sold the most shares on a particular day. So on top of this list, on the top traders, we have Access Bank, of course, Access Holdings. Alright, their price per share is 17 naira per unit, and as of yesterday, which is Monday 20th May 2024, they sold 201 million units of shares, and the total fund received from investors was 3 billion naira. All right, so on that particular day, so when investors begin to pump money into the stocks on shares of a particular company like this, it really shows that the company is quite viable, or maybe the company's shares has been growing over the past few weeks or the past few months, or probably there is a kind of speculation that the value of that company's share will definitely increase over the next coming weeks or the next coming months. So these are the strategies that we use to analyze. But then let's look at, this is the change, which is the gain as of yesterday. Now, in as much as Access Bank did 3 billion naira in value, in terms of shareholders' investment yesterday, they didn't make any profit. It's just 0%. But then, if you take a look at this last column right here, you see 66.67%. Now, this is actually the growth rate of the shares of Access Bank in the last 12 months. Okay, so imagine gaining 66.67% in 12 months. That is a lot of money actually. So it simply shows that Access Bank has been a viable investment for shareholders in the last 12 months. Okay, so let's consider the next under the top gainers. This is Zenith Bank right here. All right, currently their share price is 31.80 naira. So as of yesterday, they sold about 15 million units of shares. I can imagine the gap between Access Bank's volume and Zenith Bank. All right, so they were able to raise 485 million naira, and of course they made a loss of 3.05% as of yesterday. There was a loss for Zenith Bank shareholders. All right, but then that does not necessarily mean that today there may not be a particular increment, all right, gain or profit for the shareholders. And as of the last 12 months, the shareholders have gained 22.31%. I really think that this is also quite nice for an investment of just 12 months. I'm not sure fixed deposit can do up to half of this in a whole 12 months. All right, so third on the list is MTN Nigeria. The current price is 230 naira. They sold 2 million units of shares, and they were able to raise 482 million naira as of yesterday, Monday 20th May 2024, and they gained 2.68%. Nice. And unfortunately, in the last 12 months, I used to have MTN shares. Actually, I sold it because I was able to really foresee the future that the returns will not be so nice based on what I anticipated. So imagine in the last 12 months, shareholders have been able to gain only 0.44%. All right. So let's move on to gainers. Now, this is where you should pay much attention to gainers. All right. Like I shared in the last video, I mentioned that one of the strategies you use to know a particular company shares that will do well, you begin to look at the track record from one day to another. All right, there's a company known as Morrison that generated about 145.1% gain in 22 days for its shareholders. I'm going to leave the link in the description of this video for you to watch that particular video of this company that generated 145% profit for its shareholders in just 22 days, between 1st of April to 22nd of April. All right, so you need to focus on these gainers. All right, as you can see here, we have MC Nichols or Mark Nichols. All right, so let's see under this. Let me back down a bit. Now, under top traders, the focus is on value. The focus is on the total amount they raised. So Access raised 3 billion naira. So that was what made them top traders, number one on the list. Okay, but in the case of gainers, we don't focus on value. No, we focus on the change in the percentage growth rate of the company on that particular day. So Mark Nichols actually was able to gain 10% as of 20th May 2024. Can you see this right now? So this is our focus. The next company under it was able to raise 9.72%. And if you look at this Mark Nichols, it was able to generate 61.76% for its shareholders in the last 12 months. For me, I really think this is a viable investment, but it's not actually a go ahead for you to buy this company's shares. All right, we are just analyzing. So before you can make that decision, you need to observe the company's performance in the next few days or maybe in the next few weeks before you make a buying decision. So we have Berger Paint, and they gained 9.72% in the last 12 months, 60.35%. And then we have Regency Alliance, they gained 9.68%. You see that none of your popular companies are under top gainers. That is not to say they don't also show up. But what I'm simply saying is that sometimes the fact that a company is popular does not mean that when you invest in the company shares, you are going to make profit at the end of the day. Just like MTN that we can see 0.44% in the last 12 months. It is popular, but I mean, is it growing? That is the point. The only advantage of some of these popular companies is that their share price are kind of stable. They don't lose so much in as much as they don't gain so much. But there are some companies that are not popular, as you can see right there. They gain almost every day. So let's wrap up now. Let's look at the losers. All right, so we have Champion right here on the top of losers, and they lost 10% as of yesterday. They lost 10%. And this is so unfortunate that in the last 12 months, they've lost 24.43%. So I mean, this is actually a red light if you've been speculating on these shares. And then we have Sovereignty Trust. They lost 9.76% just yesterday, and they've lost 17.78% in the last 12 months. And then we have Champs. Now, mark you, Champs is a very nice company. I've studied this company's shares for quite some time now. You understand why I said so. Now, although Champs made a loss of 9.64% yesterday, can you imagine that they've made a profit of 400% in the last 12 months? Now, compare it with the others that we have been looking at. This is actually the highest. So the fact that a company appears under losers today does not mean that that company share is bad. So the two things you want to consider is their 24-hour loss, and then you consider their performance in the last 12 months. If they have a very nice performance in the last 12 months, I really think that is a pointer to the viability or profitability of that company's shares. All right, so I know you may have some questions to ask. You can drop your question in the comment section below. I'll respond to them as soon as I see them. All right, now I'm going to continue with this stocks and shares report analysis every single day. So in order for you to actually get the update, I need you to subscribe. You have to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Click on the subscribe button, all right, and then turn on the notification bell. When you do that, anytime I post a report like this, it is going to pop up on your phone, all right, to show to you. YouTube will send you a notification that I've uploaded a new stocks and shares report analysis. So with that, you can quickly go there, watch the video for that particular day, and then it will help to inform your investment decision. All right, so click on the subscribe button right now and then turn on the notification bell. All right, so I'm going to see you tomorrow by the time we are reviewing and analyzing the performance of the shares of some other companies. All right, ciao.